DIVI uses the ever-growing Google Fonts collection for its fonts. Currently, that is 1,569 fonts. The font you choose on your website is very important, but deciding on one can be overwhelming. I will show you 3 different ways to help you preview and test out different fonts. The first way to preview fonts in Divi is in the Divi Builder itself. Go to any page built with Divi and enable the Visual Builder. Now open any module that comes with a text field. I want to test out different font options for this body of text. I will click on the paragraph and select the settings icon. Go to the Design tab and expand the text option. The text font specifies the current font. When you click on the drop-down arrows, you will get a list of all the current 1,569 Google Fonts library that's as of September 2023. When you scroll down the list and briefly hover over the font, it will load a preview of that font. But the preview is super tiny, and that is not very practical to preview how an actual paragraph of text would look like. Let's say you come across a font you want to test out and select it. The text will change. But that took a bit of time. If I don't like the look of that font and want to test few others, I have to select the text font option again. Now I am taken to the very beginning of the list once again. So if you scrolled and reviewed the fonts up to G, you have to scroll from A to G again, which is a lot. I mean a lot of fonts. Testing out and previewing fonts this way is extremely tedious to do. Unless you know the font you want to use, this method to preview fonts, it's not practical. I am not even going to try to find my original font at this point, but rather abandon the changes because this is just too time consuming. The second way, which is the best way to preview and test out fonts, is to go to any website that lists some of the more popular fonts and gives you an idea how they will look. I put together a list of 70 best Divi font combinations based on research of over 20 best font lists. I have added a few other more interesting fonts and handpicked the most practical, beautiful, and readable Divi fonts. Personally, I like to know how the font would look as a heading and text because they serve 2 very different purposes. Headings can be more decorative and interesting, while a large body of text should be beautiful, but primarily and above all else, it should be readable. Otherwise, visitors won't read your content or abandon it quickly. So on the left, you have a list of great fonts for headings, and on the right, you have a list of short body of text in fonts that are great for large body of content. The heading text is the name of the font, and the name of the body font is listed at the end of the paragraph. At the top, you have a list of the current heading and body text size and weight, so you could easily replicate it on your own site. But that is not only that. What you can also do here is test the different headings and body combination. So under the playground area, I left some space for testing. How? You can grab a heading by clicking on it and dragging it to a new position, then doing the same with the body text to test how they would look together. You can continue to test the different font combinations, all 70 of them. I find doing this so fun, a perfect way to procrastinate during my design process. This and picking colors. I don't know why, but personally I find it so satisfying. Sometimes the draggable option glitches, so if it's not working out for you, you can scroll down to the second option of testing out different Divi font combinations. These are like 2 scrollable Rolodexes. The one on the left lists headings, and the one on the right lists body fonts. You can scroll each to test out different combinations, how they would look next to each other on a page. These 2 options are an easy way to preview and test out 70 of the best Divi font combinations. You can refresh the page to clear the playground area and just to have a look at the way each font feels to you. In the video description, I will have a link to a handout of all the font combinations that you can download and print for a better look and for you to keep as reference. The third way of testing different fonts is by going to the source, Google Fonts website. This is an ever-growing collection that as of September 2023 had 1,569 fonts. When you get to the page, you can scroll through all the fonts and see a preview text in each. But an easier way to find the font you like is by using the filter option. You can include your own preview text and see how it looks in different sizes. You can narrow down the number of fonts displayed with additional criteria such as the type of font, which in my case got us down to 382 fonts, and then narrow it down further by specifying only display fonts under classification, which got us now to 140. If you want to ensure that your font offers few styles, that will also narrow down our list. We got down to 23 from 1500s. You can sort the final list by trending, most popular, newest, or in alphabetical order. At any point you can reset all the filters to start fresh. Then in the search box, you can search by for specific font by its name to preview a longer text and how it would look on your website. One very helpful option is to sort all the fonts by most popular, which is always a good list to begin with your research process if you don't know where to start. Once you find the font you like, you can use it in Divi in any module with text. There is no need to download it, it's already there. I find Google Fonts a good reference but a bit overwhelming. It's definitely not as good as the second method that gives you a more curated set to start with. Thanks so much for watching.